Welcome back to Anime Retro Hub. Before the polished digital era, the 1980s birthed a raw, visceral style of horror that remains unmatched. These aren't just cartoons, they are hand-drawn nightmares etched in celluloid. Today, we dive deep into the forgotten shadows of the 80s gems. While many fans praise the 90s for grit, the 80s was a lawless frontier for animation. Directors pushed boundaries of what was acceptable on screen, blending cosmic dread with body horror. These films weren't made for children. They were dark experiments in visual storytelling art. Consider the atmosphere of early 80s OVA releases. Without the strict censorship of television, creators unleashed haunting narratives. The color palettes were murkier, and the shadows felt heavier, creating a sense of claustrophobia that modern digital animation often struggles. One cannot discuss 80s horror without mentioning the visceral detail of hand-painted backgrounds. These settings felt alive and decaying at the same time. Whether it is a derelict space station or a cursed feudal village, the environment itself was a character designed to terrify. The character designs followed suit, often leaning into uncanny valley territory. Proportions were stretched, and expressions were twisted into masks of pure agony or malice. This era did not rely on jump scares. It focused on the lingering dread of seeing something truly unnatural. Think of the biomechanical nightmares found in underground classics. The fusion of flesh and cold machinery was a recurring theme, reflecting the era's anxiety about rapid technological growth. This wasn't just sci-fi, it was a prophetic look at humanity losing its soul to metal. If you are enjoying this deep dive into the darker side of animation history, make sure to subscribe to Anime Retro Hub and hit the bell. We explore the vintage titles that shaped the industry and keep the spirit of retro anime alive. Don't miss out on our upcoming weekly videos. Music played a pivotal role in cementing this horror. Haunting synthwave scores and dissonant orchestral tracks created an auditory landscape of unease. The sound design often featured wet, squelching effects for transformations, making every mutation feel painfully real to viewers. The pacing of these 80s gems was also unique. Many films allowed scenes to breathe, lingering on a terrifying image far longer than contemporary media would dare. This slow burn approach forced the audience to process the horror unfolding, building a tension that was almost physical. Let's look at the theme of isolation common in these stories. Characters were often trapped in vast, indifferent landscapes where no help was coming. This existential dread added a layer of psychological depth that elevated the gore into something much more profound and lasting. The 80s also mastered the body horror genre through meticulous cell animation. Every ripple of skin and bursting vein was drawn by hand, giving the violence a heavy, impactful weight. You can feel the effort in every frame, which makes the transformations much more disturbing. Many of these titles were never properly exported, remaining hidden gems for decades. Finding them today is like uncovering a cursed treasure map. They represent a time when creators were truly fearless, taking risks that helped define the visual language of the entire horror genre. Critics often compare this era to the 90s, but the 80s had a specific rawness. It was the bridge between traditional storytelling and the explosion of the OVA market. This transition period allowed for a unique blend of high-budget artistry and niche, experimental horror themes. When we watch these films now, the grain and imperfections of the film stock add to the experience. It feels like watching a forbidden transmission from a dark past. This aesthetic is exactly what makes retro anime so special to those of us who appreciate the craft of the era. As we rediscover these lost horrors, we realize how much they influence today's directors. From the lighting to the thematic depth, the DNA of 80s horror anime is everywhere. It is a legacy of darkness that continues to inspire and terrify new generations of animation fans. Thanks for watching our journey through 80s nightmares. Which forgotten horror anime is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Support Anime Retro Hub by liking this video and sharing it with fellow fans of classic animation. We will see you in the next dark chapter.